When Broadway shut down in March 2020 and the world as we knew it changed, I felt called to serve my creative community. And so I created Stop Time, Live in the Moment to hold space for creatives whose careers had literally been put on hold. I had no idea how to make a podcast, nor could I have imagined where it would take me. All I knew was that I had to serve my arts community. My first 3 guests had been my students. I had had the great pleasure of working with each of them in the studio as their teacher. When the pandemic hit, at just 20 years old, they were representatives of 3 different hit shows on Broadway that went dark on March 12th. It's funny, as I think about my students, I'm reminded how I felt the need to separate or even hide the fact that I also had a career as a life coach. And in addition to my lifelong career in the arts, I struggled with allowing these 2 roles I played in my life to cross over. Now, 20 months into the podcast, it's become crystal clear that that's exactly the reason why I'm the right person to curate these conversations, and that by embracing these 2 passions of mine, it has allowed me to provide the safe space in which my guests can not only share insights with my listeners, but in which they can too discover new insights about themselves. I've often been told by my guests that they've shared more than they've ever done before in an interview, and I really appreciate that, just as they appreciate these interviews not being about their latest accomplishment. You see, the thing is, although my guests are extraordinary innovators and creative artists, what they do is their context. What they are is human. There's nothing I enjoy more than holding space for creative people and having deep conversations with really awesome humans. And this podcast has allowed me to enjoy doing just that. And man, I'm grateful for that. And the metrics, they tell me that you're out there listening, and I'm so unbelievably grateful for that. But you know what? It can get lonely over here with just me and my microphone. Hey, I'm used to being in the studio with lots of people. So if you're enjoying the podcast, I just created a page where you can show your support by clicking on the link in the show notes of every episode. Or if you're listening on Buzzsprout, just click the heart icon and you can, quote, buy me a coffee or even just leave a message or both and let me know. A little caffeine goes a long way, and a few kind words don't hurt either. Listen, I could not be more grateful for my listeners, and it's for you that I continue to curate these meaningful conversations. Am I loving it? Absolutely. But you know what? I need you, just as you need me. So let's do it together. I'm Lisa Hopkins. Thanks so much for listening. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. And remember to live in the moment.